Let's move on to pinning down legacy code with tests. Now that we have our work environment set up, our dependencies installed, and we understand what the main program does, let's see what kind of testing exists in the system. So we're going to scroll down to the README, and there is a test. This hash run test. Let's run that on the terminal. And what we see, unfortunately, this test fails. It's left as a breadcrumb to help our Kata participant know where to start. So if we look at this, we can actually take this right here, and we'll say, inside of our chat, we'll say, this test failed. And you help. This is the test failed because the assertion is checking the name of the item as fix me, but the name of the item is foo. The method does not change the name of the item, so the assertion will always fail. To fix this, you should assert the expected behavior of the update quality method. For example, you might want to check the sell-in and the quality were updated correctly. Let's move over to our test file, and with Cursor.sh, we can click on this, and it brings us directly to the file. We're going to put those asserts in there, and what we can see is that it's pretty simple. The item is foo, and it says fix me. So we're going to switch this to foo, because in a legacy system, we're going to assume the existing behaviors are what users are used to, and the code works as well as it should, even though there is no testing. Let's try running our test again and see what happens. And with that, we can see that we got a passing test. And the README also gave us another cool hint. Using something called coverage gutters, we can actually watch the test coverage, and we want to make sure that we have 100% code coverage or whatever number you feel is adequate before moving forward with refactoring or updating our existing code base. I'm going to do a Command-Shift-P, and then I have coverage gutters watch. I'm going to select that. And then if I go over to the Gilded Rose, I can see just by fixing that one test, I had some things actually covered, which is my green. Things that are not covered is my red. We got a decent amount of coverage from just fixing that one test, but we are far away from being confident that our test pinned down and cover the existing. Okay, I'm going to say, can you write unit tests for the update quality function to cover most of its functionality? And then I'm going to hit Command Enter so it knows about the entire code base, so it can look at the existing tests and its current context. Then it went through and it produced us this test file. Seems like it has normal items after sell-in with 0 quality, aged brie, sulfurous, backstage passes, and conjured items. Although our conjured items are coming up. Now, let's run our test. We have 2 failures now. We can see that we have the conjured items. Those haven't been implemented yet. So we're going to remove those and try running our test again. And just by doing that, we've increased our coverage to 90%. Let's take a peek over at the Gilded Rose and see what is not covered. Use our coverage gutters. And we can see that we're missing this down here. So I'm going to ask our assistant to help us out with this. Can you please write the unit test that will cover these lines of code? Okay, so certainly I write unit tests to cover the specified lines of code in the update quality method. The goal is to ensure that each conditional branch is tested. Absolutely. So we have right here in our output, it actually tells us additional tests to cover specified lines of code. We're going to take those and we're going to put them right into our test. And then we're going to run our test again. And beautiful, we can see that our Gilded Rose file is up to 100% test coverage. But now the last thing is the item.py file is not covered. Although we're not supposed to write code for the item.py, there's no reason we could not write a test for it. I'm going to do the same thing here and ask our assistant, can you write a unit test for this file that tests the _record function? Certainly, here's the test. Great, it looks pretty simple. We're going to come over here and we're going to create a new file and we're going to call it item.py. And then we're going to just click the button. Beautiful. And now if we run our test, we have 100% code coverage. And here in a couple minutes, what we've seen is that we can take a code base that we're not very familiar with and use our AI system to pin down all the legacy functionality with our test.